What did you find? Damn! No, but this is insane, man! Well, here's another metal detecting video. I just met up with Alvaro, a friend of mine for many years who works in geology, to go look for a mineral that was very important to the Nazi army during World War II. Alvaro knows the whole story much better, so I'm going to drive to where he is, which is a couple of hours away, and let him tell us about it. This is Alvaro. It's been a while. How are you?
What's up, man?
Explain where we are. We're in these ruins, and he got me into this.
We're following the tungsten route. Tungsten is a metal that's used for many things. It's used for drill bits. It's also widely used in weaponry and cutting tools. This is a town where there used to be tungsten mines. We're at the old washing plant. Here the ore was crushed, the veins were extracted, it was crushed, and with the help of the river water in these facilities and with gravity, the tungsten was separated.
Of course, because wolfram is tungsten, in the end it's a very heavy metal, and by decantation, just like gold, right? It separates.
Exactly. In many parts of Extremadura and nearby villages, washing was done just like for gold. For instance, gold was found in Navas Frias while washing concentrates to extract it.
And this is the washing plant and the mine, I imagine, which is nearby. Yes.
Actually, the mine, this whole mountain we have here, there are veins, and these veins were exploited. We're in northern Spain, where it rains, and while you can sometimes spot a mine tunnel, it's often difficult. Then, with the help of ultraviolet light, we're going to try to look for some scheelite residue, something that stands out more.
We hadn't mentioned that we need to come at night because this mineral is found using ultraviolet light, right, Alvaro? Of course.
Actually, the mineral can be seen with the naked eye, but many times, since it has a sandy color, it gets confused with quartz, with feldspars, and so it's very hard to tell them apart. This one is more reddish, which you can sometimes see, but ultraviolet light shows it best.
Let's walk around to investigate while it gets dark, then see if we can find a good sample of that mineral.
That's likely the mill space.
What? Those concrete blocks?
Those concrete blocks.
They used to grind quartz there with the scheelite.
The truck probably came in up there, they ground it there, and then here they would have different concentration cells making use of the river water.
This mine, around what year did it close?
In 81, there was a global crisis in the price of tungsten. It dropped a lot and all the mines in Spain were closed.
It probably began getting exploited around World War II, right?
Here I think there was, well, all the mines in Spain, most of them were known even before World War I. The thing is, the mining was very rudimentary, very small scale, and during World War II is when the big rush happened. Then, during the Korean War, which was a bit later, the price went up again and the mines were reactivated. Many of the most important ones closed in the 80s.
Of course, because also, during World War II, Spain was the main supplier of tungsten for the Axis for Germany.
Exactly.
I mean, it was something super strategic.
Exactly, because on top of that, that's right, Spain had to pay war debts. On top of that, Spain had to buy, let's say, it was under autarky and had to buy a lot. It desperately needed foreign currency because it needed to buy certain supplies from abroad, like oil, etc. So Spain's tungsten was mostly exported to Germany. Germany was the main consumer because they needed it for armor and for bullets. On the other hand, the Allies tried to buy that tungsten, take it to Portugal, or take it to other places to keep it away from Germany.
Of course, that's why tungsten prices rose so much. That's why exploiting that mineral was crucial.
So, of course, there were surreal situations. I mean, there were situations where, for example, people would register a mine in one place to get permits, to get licenses to sell that mineral, but in reality that mineral was stolen from another mine.
Of course, there was a lot of illegal mining, let's say. Yes.
Of course. And thefts, and it was a bit far from this one.
Of course, because I was looking into it, man, and they paid up to 300 pesetas per kilo of tungsten.
You must realize that 300 pesetas per kilo of tungsten, of course.
For that time, when a worker earned 20 pesetas a month.
He was like a worker, but let's imagine in the countryside what today could be a day's work. That is, 8 hours would be 80 euros, would be 1 peseta. I mean, doing the math, it's crazy. Let's say
€80 one for 10 months, that's the case.
A kilo, which is of course...
Because tungsten is nearly as heavy as gold. No, but, well, before processing it, before turning it into a... But anyway.
But it's something that fits in your hand. I mean, well, that was the maximum, but I mean, it was something that was incredibly expensive.
It's a shame that everything ended up abandoned like that, but oh well.
Well, now with the European Union and the Raw Materials Act, they're looking into this topic again quite a lot, of course.
Because right now the main producer of tungsten in the world is China, right? Yes.
China, it's still China, but of course the thing is that tungsten has a huge impact on everything related to machine tools. For example, all milling machines, all drill bits need tungsten carbide. So of course, even for example, when drilling for oil, it's a metal that is very important. I mean, if you're left without tungsten, a lot of industries come to a halt. Anything that needs to drill iron, stone, and so on, all of that stops. And then there's also the military aspect. So, well, they're looking for it in Europe. It's a critical strategic material, and it's being searched for. And
do you think these mines might reopen?
In Extremadura, for example, La Parrilla and Barrueco Pardo in Salamanca have reopened.
Damn, yes.
Yes, they have been reopened.
Let's look around and see what's here.
Yes, let's go up there, or this way.
Yes. Then to look for it, is there a spoil heap nearby, or where can we go to look? Well,
we're heading to a deforested area among the rocks.
And it's the same. I mean, tungsten shows up everywhere. Of course, I mean...
You don't realize it. I'll show you 2 geological maps later.
Yeah, woo!
This is already really bad, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of mud. Man, this isn't worth it, but this mud, dude. I mean, how did this mud pit form here, inside the house? Damn.
Anyway.
Hello? Well, we're walking. Where are we going now?
Let's see if any stones are still around here.
From those they were processing in the washing area.
Because trucks used to come here, they probably unloaded here and so on. Let's see if we can find a stone that...
But now during the day, well, of course, you would recognize it.
Maybe we won't see the Scheelite, but let's check.
How nerdy. Nice!
All this that we see here is crushed quartz, which was probably some kind of waste from the plant.
And they used it to make the road, right? Ah, damn. So there might be a bay nearby, right?
Yes, I often walk these paths at night with a lamp and see everything filled with little bugs.
Ah, damn! Can't wait for it to get dark so I can try the lamp.
There's a lot of quartz, and you can find small fragments of scheelite. And the tunnels are here. I mean, this whole mountain is full of tunnels. The thing is that...
It's very closed off.
It's very overgrown. I mean, it's very hard to see them.
Yeah, really. We picked a bad time to come here, but, well, it's when we could. Anyway, well, we'll find something. Let's see. Let's try it. This, of course, is another building of the mine, I guess. Yeah.
This is probably the transformer.
Let's walk and see if we find anything before dark. We stopped at a road cut where Alvaro sees potential. See, there's a quartz vein here, right? Yes!
Exactly. I wanted to show this spot because you can clearly see how they cut through to make the path and what the veins look like here. There isn't a better spot for this. So we have this, which is very weathered granite. That's why there are hardly any tunnels, because almost all of them have collapsed. Because, of course, if you make a tunnel here, it collapses the next day. And this quartz vein, in these quartz veins, of course, you can't see anything here. We don't know if there could be any scheelite or not.
We won't know until night when we bring out the ultraviolet lamp, yes.
You can sometimes see mineralized veins with the naked eye here. The whole mountain has these small veins, though they were larger in other areas and were mined in the past.
Okay, they've stripped this area of the mountain. Look, I guess they've used all the wood, and it's all full of quartz and granite. Alvaro is already here picking. And can you recognize it without the light? If you find the Scheelite? Yes, yes.
Yes, sometimes yes. When it's very clear, for example, here there was a mineral called cenoperite, and it oxidized. I think this is a good area, and many times the Scheelite is found inside this type of rock. This is muscovite.
The what?
This right here is my muscovite.
This yellowish thing? Yes.
The yellow-green part, and a lot of times the Scheelite is embedded in between there. That orange stuff, is that Scheelite?
Which one?
Damn, the one that's right there next to the quartz.
That one?
Yes.
That's it. I mean, that's what should shine now once it gets dark. Exactly. If that's there, I assume there's more or less inside the stone.
Yeah, well, geology can be a bit tricky sometimes.
But we're in a good area? Yes.
Because the mine was here in the end.
What is this, a spoil heap or what?
These are areas where the spoil heap was dumped and then rocks roll down the slope.
Of course, and there was also a lot of informal mining here, right?
And here, when you look closely, you can see the quartz crystals.
Damn, it's true, man. Can you find any interesting quartz crystals around here? Yes.
Yes, some very large crystals have been found here.
Is it just quartz or?
I don't know. There's a small geode here with quartz and some mica. There might be scheelite too. Damn.
Damn, what a huge piece of quartz, man.
This is a piece of a vein. I mean, here's the edge, here's the granite, and this is the vein.
It's true. See, it has granite there.
Let's break it.
Is it closer to the granite? Yes.
Yes, it typically appears in what's known as the vein margins, where grison forms, and that's usually where scheelite is found. And then also in areas where mica appears like that, well, in between is where scheelite is most often found.
How can you identify it during the day now?
Because I'm a geologist.
Virgilio. Yeah, okay. But I mean, what color is it?
It has an orange tint, but I just look for stones that stand out to me.
It's just that to me they all look orange and all this. No, these
are iron oxides, right? But of course I look for stones that are geologically interesting to me. I already have an eye for it, so I look for them. But does it have any particular crystal shape or... Yes, shape. They're technically tetragonal bipyramids, but they're similar to tetrahedrons.
Let's try to find a cool looking crystal.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm a quick learner. I saw the mica and the orange thing and thought, can we shine the ultraviolet light on it?
Yeah, man, you won't see much now, but let's see.
Look, yeah, damn. Damn, and it keeps going this way.
Of course.
Damn, so this is tungsten, the thing those people were after. That's it.
This has about, I'm going to do this from memory and I might get it wrong, but about 60% tungsten.
Are you going to open it?
Yes, with your permission, let's go.
Open it up, let's see if there's more. Wow, it shines more than I expected. At night this must look insane.
There's just a bit there.
Do I get to keep this one? Yeah, you get to keep this one. Cool, huh? First one done. Maybe we'll find something more interesting at night. It's nighttime now, and the full moon might cause some trouble, but look at this.
This is a tiny little spot, probably just a millimeter, but with the flashlight.
Damn!
Yes, it has a very big forest. Sometimes the trucks shine, sometimes the whole road, yes.
I don't know how this will look on camera. I'll get the light out. He looked. But that's all of it.
It's all scheelite. You can tell by the weight. It feels heavier.
Damn!
Of course, it has tungsten.
And this one is crystallized.
Right? No, I don't think so. Let's look at it under normal light.
But it's impossible to see it without the light.
Yes, of course, because it blends in.
It looks like quartz.
Yes, of course. That's why. That's why we bring the light and maybe not know.
But it's so heavy, man. It's great. The light makes it so much easier, right?
Move the light. I'm opening this. What's that? What quartz is that?
You can see it a little like this, right? But anyway.
No way, Virgilio. Where did you get that spotlight?
That's it. The mica thing, right? Or what's it called?
Yeah, it's muscovite mica, and it's usually mixed in these...
Like in
these little veins is where most...
There tends to be move the light, huh? Let's see. Yes, you can see it there. Damn! Here. I'm not sure if the camera will catch it, man. Hold on. Shit!
I want to hit it with the hammer? No.
But it's amazing, right? I mean, it's really crazy. And that lamp, why the one I brought? I actually brought a light.
Because of the wavelength.
It's due to your lamp's wavelength.
Of course, I mean, each one, for example, the ink on bills, which is also reactive to ultraviolet, yes. It likely appears less with my lamp since there are long, short, and medium wavelengths. So you, let's say, bombard with a light that we can't see, I mean, because what we actually see is a very small fraction of the spectrum, right? So we are shining the mineral with light at a specific wavelength. What the mineral does is it gives you back visible light that we can see. In fact, there are minerals where we excite the electrons of the atom, of the structure, and as they fall back, they give off. Well, that's the explanation. I'm not a physicist, so geological explanations, fine. Physical explanations, not so much. What can we do? But anyway, that's basically the principle. So what happens? For example, your flashlight could be used to see certain uranium minerals, but not for scheelite, right?
What wavelength does a lamp need for this mineral to be visible?
It's 256 nanometers.
Only with that one?
Yes, well, it might be slightly more or less, but that's the one that works.
Let's see, go ahead with it. There's a bunch on my head there, man. Yeah, and here, the coolest thing you could find, what would it be?
A nice scheelite crystal.
I mean, but crystallized like the quartz we found. Damn, well, it's got quite a bit, huh?
Yeah, but it's grainy, it's very fine, it's not, look.
But anyway.
Yeah, but anyway. Damn, no, this one's not very pretty. Let's see if we can find a cuter one.
What did you find? Shit. No, but this is insane, man. If we were in the Wolfram era and it was 300 pesetas, we'd be getting rich here, right? Damn.
Damn, we would have been rich already.
But I don't see it, man. The lighting makes it impossible. For example, let's put the light on the one I found before.
That one there?
Yeah, I have it in my pocket. It's this one.
Yeah, that one will be very noticeable.
Let's see. Okay, damn. I can only see this now. None of it shows under normal light.
But that's why you carry it, because a lot of times people are working in the mines and you have to realize this is worth money.
So, are there still mines running in Spain? You mentioned one in Cáceres.
Yes, one between Cáceres and Badajoz in La Parrilla on the border, and another one in Salamanca.
Where is that exported, or is it used in Spain?
No, look, what they usually produce in Spain is a scheelite concentrate, and then, well, I really don't know where they send it. In Portugal, there is a pretty important mine. It's called Panasqueira, but that mine doesn't produce scheelite. It produces more wolframite, which is the other mineral.
Is there another mineral that tungsten is extracted from?
Yes, actually, well...
Tungsten, sorry.
Yes, well...
The name, is tungsten the metal? No. Is wolfram the mineral? No.
Actually, let's see. I mean, Wolframio was the name given by the Luya brothers, who were Spanish.
Oh, was the mineral discovered by a Spaniard? No.
The mineral was discovered by a Swede, and the metal was isolated by a Spaniard. They were the Luya brothers. In fact, there are 3 metals that were discovered by Spaniards. One is platinum, which was found in Colombia in its native state. Another is tungsten, and another would be vanadium. Tungsten comes from Tungsten, which means heavy stone, and that's the name given to it, so to speak, in the English-speaking world. In fact, there was a discussion, and the chemistry committee of IUPAC, Spain, let's say, protested because they removed the name Wolfram, which is the typical name given here and by its discoverers. So that's why I always say Wolfram. In Galicia and nearby villages, they call it Wolfram.
But what is wolfram?
It's the same as tungsten, they're synonyms.
The metal?
Yes, the metal. Then minerals, there's scheelite, calcium tungstate. Then we have another mineral, which is ferberite, which is iron wolframate, and hubnerite, which is manganese wolframate, wolframite and hubnerite. And then there are more minerals. Stolzite is another tungsten mineral. There are a few more minerals, but as an ore of tungsten, to extract metallic tungsten, it's done from those. And mainly wolframite, which is black, and scheelite, which is...
Yes, orange color.
Orange color, white. There are even purple ones. Ah.
Yeah, damn. I really love these explanations, man. I should have been a geologist, I'm telling you. Wow, it's amazing how the moon looks, man. That's crazy.
Look, this one is heavy, not too much, but you can already tell by the weight.
Damn! Yeah. Weird, right? It looks like those glow-in-the-dark stars. But it's everywhere, man. How is that possible? Yeah.
Of course. All the quartz is mineralized. I mean, the mine was here.
And this, for example, when people from the villages came to exploit it here, how did they find it? They didn't have lamps ready, did they?
No, they'd look for quartz or heavy stones, which is why it wasn't always used. Or sometimes they'd just take quartz, crush it, and then, of course...
They would decant it.
Man, that's why there's often much more scheelite left than wolframite, because wolframite is easier to see. It's easier to see.
Let's see, light it up.
Yeah, let's shine a light on it. Look, here you can see the white part pretty well.
And why are you breaking it now?
Let's check if there are crystals inside. What I want is to find that some kind of crystal. So, well, when they're big, I take them home to break them more easily. But first, look, all of this is scheelite. All of this here is scheelite. It has a lot. Here, it seems like it wants to crystallize, but doesn't.
And big crystals appear here.
Yes. Man, it's not usual, but when the mine is in operation, oh my god. And is this all?
And you say it has a crystal shape?
Yes, you can see the faces clearly. Let's try cleaning them at home. There it is. Let's see if they put some paper here. Honestly, I'm really enjoying this. Doing this alone is cool, but doing it with someone else is even better. Plus, there's a lot...
Right? I mean, is it normal to find this much or what?
It's not normal to find this much. I expected to find a few, but when have I ever seen everything so hidden? I said, I thought maybe today we won't be lucky, but hey, you always see something.
Let's see how it looks with the light, man.
Let's see. It's like a little piece of granite, barely visible. You can tell by the weight.
I don't know, damn it. This one weighs like it's iron, man. Even more than iron.
You realize that tungsten, even if it's not pure tungsten, has a density. Actually, gold coins are counterfeited with tungsten.
Yeah, and gold bars too. I also have a video on that.
Yeah, I saw it.
A crystal has appeared. Look, there it is. That one looks pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So how many points do these have? Like 8?
Yeah, of course. But, well, here it's a bit deformed. I mean, in the end, crystals don't always have to look like they do in the books.
The light. It's like an orange color, but it's transparent, right? This one looks cool, huh? Also, it's cool because it's stuck to the quartz and stuck to this thing. How do you say it? This mica here.
They're usually stuck to both things.
It's really cool, man. But damn, this is tough, huh? I mean, you have to keep breaking these rocks to get to the crystals, no?
I don't understand. Why are they so expensive? That's not right.
Damn, this one, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see. Shine the ultraviolet light on something.
It's a shame about the crystals left on the tip.
Well, should we call it a day or what?
Yeah, no, I'll just get the stone and that's it.
It's freezing cold, man. We're heading out now after wandering here for hours. It's late and we still have a 2-hour drive to the house. We found a bunch of stones. He has to clean them, and I guess I'm showing them to you now in the video once they're clean, if you send me the pictures, that is. Let's see. I found quite a few things. I had a good time and I learned a lot. I hope you enjoyed the video, that you found it interesting, and I'll see you next Friday.